basketball. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about today's video. And as I always like to preface by saying, I am not a basketball expert. I'm just a fan who's naturally obsessed. And in today's video, I kind of want to give a brief reality of where we're currently at right now with the whole Deandre Ayton situation in Phoenix, because there's a lot of talk going around, and I have some videos on it. I've made plenty of videos of hypothetical scenarios based off of what I'm hearing from my friends that work in the Phoenix Suns organization. People that I know what they're talking about and know much more about the situation than both you and me. So I am speaking hypothetically, but I'm basing it off of what we know so far. So there was a report that came out over the weekend saying that as of right now, Deandre Ayton is more likely to play elsewhere than he is in Phoenix this upcoming season. And I tend to agree to a certain point, but it's not factual. So there's part of me that also disagrees, because I've outlined several times, and I stand by this, I know for a fact the Phoenix Suns are in deep conversations within the organization, not necessarily with other teams, but within the organization, that they feel they are in a good position to at least aggressively pursue a true NBA superstar, not a star, not an all-star, superstar, should one become available. Now that's a key point, right? Should one become available, because you think about it right now, who is identified as a true NBA superstar that realistically is or could be available in the offseason? And there's several people I've flat out eliminated, ruled out completely, because my friends in the organization have told me, yeah, either we are not interested, there's no way the team would let that guy go, or other circumstances which were not necessarily revealed to me, but nonetheless, they did reveal, no, not going to happen. Guys like Joel Embiid, guys like Damian Lillard, guys like LeBron James, they've all been ruled out to me. And then a lot of speculation and a lot of hypothetical scenarios on my end have been talking about Kevin Durant. I have not said that Kevin Durant is necessarily a target. I have not said that I think Kevin Durant is going to be on the Phoenix Suns, but what I have said is Kevin Durant was not ruled out to me, and as of right now, there's no signs that he wants out of Brooklyn. There are plenty of signs that may make us think, yeah, it's not likely, not realistic. Nonetheless, it's a rumor for a reason. There have been a lot of reputable sources that have talked about this rumor. But that's not what this video is about. Kevin Durant, think what you want about that situation, him being on the Phoenix Suns, but it is a scenario that's being talked about amongst NBA social media, fans, all that. But about the Deandre Ayton situation, him being more likely to play elsewhere than in Phoenix, I just want to remind everyone, right now, the Phoenix Suns hold all the leverage. They really do, because what realistically could happen is the Phoenix Suns aren't the first ones to engage in contract negotiations, which I don't think is going to happen regardless of what the market looks like. And it's going to be a strong market for Deandre Ayton. There are at least 10 teams right now that I have been told are showing interest in acquiring Deandre Ayton. At least. And I promise you it's more than that. It's more than that, but I can just confirm that I've been told at least 10 teams. So, say, worst case scenario, the Phoenix Suns don't offer Deandre Ayton the max, which I've been told time and time again, and I'm telling you time and time again, and I'll say it again right now, Deandre Ayton is going to get a max contract. Not saying I think he's worth it, but based off of where the market is, and in the past players getting max contracts that DeAndre Ayton is definitively better than, if they got it, he's going to get it. That's just the way the market works. So he's going to get a max contract, and I believe, first things first, they're going to look at the sign and trade part of things, and I've talked about it time and time again. Signing and trading DeAndre Ayton really limits what the Phoenix Suns can get in return, because for his $30.5 million that he'd get if he signed a max contract via sign and trade with the Phoenix Suns, $30.5 million, the Suns would only be able to receive back roughly $19 million in salary. So that really limits what the Phoenix Suns can get back, which is why I've been told on numerous occasions that if a sign and trade scenario was to happen, it would likely be a 3-team trade, so they can kind of move around salaries and try to maximize what they can receive in return. And it's also been reported and confirmed to me that James Jones would love, if a sign and trade scenario was to happen, to acquire a pick in the top 10 of this year's draft, because he is very infatuated with 2 or 3 different players in this draft class, thinks they would be tremendous fits on this team. So there's that. And there's a lot of questions and conversations I've had, not really in YouTube videos, but in conversations I've had with friends talking about basketball. They ask me, well, if they feel like they're in a good position to acquire a superstar, why would they sign and trade DeAndre Ayton for not receiving a superstar back? You know what I mean? And it's very simple. It might not make a lot of sense logically for a lot of people, but it's really simple when you break it down like this. Say they sign and trade him away, and a trade I used as an example was a trade with the San Antonio Spurs. Not my idea. I just saw a couple people that I know they're very well connected within the Phoenix Suns organization, and they know what they're talking about. Used a trade with the San Antonio Spurs where they'd receive Devin Vassell, Jakob Poeltl, and a pick in the draft. So you get that, and then should a superstar become available later on, use those assets that you received and put them towards that trade to acquire that superstar. Very simple. Might not make a lot of sense to know, well, why would you do that? Like, just acquire assets just to trade them. You're acquiring a superstar, though. You do whatever it takes to acquire that superstar. Second option is the Phoenix Suns just wait it out. No sign and trades that make sense for them occur, and they let teams offer DeAndre Ayton contracts. Well, the Phoenix Suns, like I said, have all the leverage, so they can then match any offer DeAndre Ayton signs. They bring DeAndre Ayton back, and it's still very possible, despite the reports, that DeAndre Ayton starts the season with the Phoenix Suns. But then, season progresses, and it happens every year. A player that we wouldn't have imagined at the beginning of the year to become available becomes available, and the Phoenix Suns go all in to acquire this player. And DeAndre Ayton is the key to making that trade work. Who knows what that could look like? There's a number of different players that I'm sure the Phoenix Suns would love to have. There's a few different players that I know they would love to have. But the fact is, as of right now, the time of this video, the teams just don't believe that they need to or even want to trade away these superstars or high-end stars. I know I keep saying that they believe they can acquire a true NBA superstar, but let's also make no mistake about it. There's a lot of high-end level stars that I'm sure James Jones would love to acquire. I've been told how much James Jones loves Pascal Siakam. I made a video about it before, but I also said very realistically, that was just purely hypothetical. I don't see Pascal Siakam being traded. I don't see him being available, why he would even want to leave the Toronto Raptors. they're just going up, in my opinion. But there's plenty of other players that I'm sure James Jones will do his homework on if he hasn't already and knows in his head, this is a guy I'd love to target. But yeah, point of this video, just a recap of where we're at right now. And as I keep saying over and over again, more information is going to be unveiled to me in the days and weeks that follow the end of the NBA Finals, when teams really start gearing up for the offseason. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comments below. Do you think Deandre Ayton's more likely to play elsewhere than he is in Phoenix? Do you think he's going to stay in Phoenix? Do you think they're going to acquire a star or a superstar? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But in the meantime, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. Let me know what you thought about today's video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys.